is I calibrate my client's vision. Calibration, looking for those words that may be conditional, the words that absolutely are not in alignment with the positivity. It's what I'm trained to do.
You know, what you're talking about with language is really very important. People don't realize what they say. In other words, how it affects them. They don't really hear how it affects other people around them. And they don't realize how many maybes are in their day as opposed to this is what I'm going to do or this is what I am doing. And so, what are your long range goals and the vision for your company, Step Up and Step Out? I mean, what do you see in your future?
Thank you for this question. Yes, we do have a lot of maybes in our life, and I do have a vision that is not a maybe. It's a vision that I'm bringing into fruition, a vision for my company to reach as many people as possible to get inside these principal laws of success. So many people are not aware of the work that Napoleon Hill did studying successful people and what was the difference between a person who is successful and one who is not. And it's not about luck. It's not that their families gave them the money. It's that they followed the laws of the universe. So my vision for my company is to really share this information with as many people and then start a nonprofit that will support women who are caught up in this victim perception about themselves, about their lives, to get them inside the work. So often I have women come to me to work with the coaching, and then their stories are about scarcity and, I don't have the time and, I have to take care of my mother. But what if we did have the time? What if we did have the money? It's really, really, truly a game changer. People who are ready to change the trajectory of their life truly benefit from this system. And I'm all about sharing it with as many people as possible.
So that brings me to the question, do you have men come to you? And if so, are the issues that women come to you with and the issues that men come to you with totally different?
I do have men that I coach. I have men that attend my vision workshops and attend my groups. And from my perspective as a coach, no, there is no difference. We all have these conversations that we're listening to. The Buddhists call them monkey mind conversations. And it just really takes us out of the game. And even men have that victim mentality that women don't understand is really there. And it's there. We're no different, men or women, and they benefit. Men take this information and they run with it. They have their visions done within weeks and they're on to it. It's really exciting. I love working with anyone who sees the bigger story for their life.
So are you saying that men are more receptive to this blueprint than women because they've been conditioned that way, or is there less of a barrier with men?
I believe that men, when they see their open door, they go for it. When women see the open door, they really fall into the conversations of, I don't have the money, I don't have the time. I'm not sure why that's true. And I have had many women just really rock and roll with this material. So it all depends on what's stopping us and how quickly we're ready to shift that perception, shift that view of what's possible.
Have you had couples come to you, Carolyn? I would think it would be very interesting to coach couples together. Have you ever done that?
I actually have not, and I am trained to do couples. I have not had that opportunity cross my path. Generally speaking, when one person, one of the couple, is really on board, the other one is not.
Isn't that
And
interesting?
they don't have to be.
Yeah, but that's really interesting because um, that's interesting that one will come to you and be excited about doing this change and stepping into this new persona, and that the other partner is not. And then what happens, because they go back to a joint life and they're on different pages.
Sure, the model of coaching that I use really supports people with that situation occurring because we don't have to be on the same page. It's about really seeing the person for who they are, the difference that they're making in the world, and supporting their path. It's not about judging. When we evolve and we actually change the trajectory of our life and raise our vibration, it's not making us better than, it's making us different. And so often the other spouse who is not on board really truly appreciates the trajectory that their partner's on, and they're okay with it. So it really gives them the opportunity to respect and share and support the journey that each of them are on.
Wow, that's great. I'm glad it works out that way. So, tell people how they can get in touch with you, Carolyn. What's the best way to reach you?
The best way to reach me is stepupstepout.com. That is my website. I absolutely take emails at Carolyn at carolynrosehart.com. There
And
is a
that's Carolyn,
contact.
Carolyn, not Line. It's Lyn. Uh-huh.
Correct. Yeah. At Carolyn Rose Hart, and Hart is spelled HART.com. And there is a contact form on my website. And what's really true, Dr. Carson, is I would love to gift the listeners a copy of my ebook, which became a #1 bestseller on Amazon and held that position for 4 days in a row. And
Wow.
I am wanting to gift it. I'm wanting people to be able to read my journey and know what's possible.
Fantastic.
So that's available on my website if they sign up for my newsletter.
and again, her website is stepupstepout.com. And you can reach her at Carolyn, that's Carolyn, at carolynrosehart, HART.com. And of course, she's on Facebook and she's on Twitter and all those other wonderful places as well. So they're all very, very, very important. I think that the fact, Carolyn, that you have been on this journey, that you took advantage of the fact that, I'm not satisfied with where I am and I really want to get to another place. And there is a way to do it and there is a blueprint to do it. I think that's a marvelous example for our listeners. If you are listening to this and you're saying, I really would like a change. I would really like to step out from where I am and maybe go to some of these places that Carolyn was talking about. And maybe there's a way for me to do it because I do have things to offer and resources to give. I think that's a fantastic thing. I think you're giving people a lot of hope and a lot of ambition to do this. So I think this is wonderful. So is there anything else that you would like to leave our listeners with? We have about a minute left.
Yes. So you always talk about joy and happiness, Dr. Carson, and this absolutely has brought joy and happiness to my life following these principles. And I know that that would be a result that your listeners would have, knowing that our thoughts create our life and knowing that your dream is not only possible, it's necessary. If there is a dream, and we all have a dream inside of us, explore it, get out there. Now's the time. We only have a certain amount of time. We never know when our life is going to transition to the next level. Up level your vibration and go for it.
That is so true. That is
get
so
unstuck.
Yeah, that's it. Get unstuck, step out there and try it. And you're right. We need to realize our dreams. We need to make sure that that we're taking advantage of all that life has to give us. So thank you for being with us today, Carolyn. I'm sure our listeners really learned a lot, and continued success in your business, because you're making a big difference.
And you as well. Thank you so much. This was just a delight and a pleasure.
Thank you.
Much appreciation.